Well, today I was thinking about doing a bit of a crank up of my engines. Unfortunately the weather is not very good for that today. I was hoping to get the Wisconsin, which is on the back of my Land Rover fire engine, and my Champion 4 horsepower engine and my Sundial 2 horsepower engine out and run them together, but and I could also show the Pacific pump that runs on the fire truck. But weather hasn't been friendly. We've got a bit of Antarctic weather coming up from the south, so we've got a lot of rain. So I should probably start off with, I'll just have a look over there. You can see there's a cement mixer with a blue cover over the engine. That's from the Champion cement mixer factory. Champion made cement mixers mainly, and they used engines that were rebadged Champion engines from Westinghouse Hornsby Group, and they're really a copy of a American Buzzcott engine. That's sitting under there ready to go. I've just got to do some work on it when I get round to it. It's not top priority at the moment. It does turn over, and it's got pretty good compression. There's no spark, so I think I've got a new magneto for it. We'll see how we go with that. Lots of wheels and ladders that have fallen over and bits and pieces. They're Land Rover Series 1 wheels, which I need to get new tyres for. These ones were off a Stage 1 Land Rover, and I use them often to get roadworthies on the vehicles I need to get roadworthies on. So I'll have a look in the workshop. And you can see lots of stuff there, high lift jack and so forth, and chainsaw. I've got 2 chainsaws. I live on 13 acres, so as you probably noticed in the video before, down there's a tree down that's come down in the weather. Unfortunately that's crushed all good Land Rover paddles that I had sitting there, so I'm going to have to cut that up soon. Bit of a mess. Tie downs for tying down the cars and stuff on trailers, and other bits and pieces from camping. This here is a 4.4 V8 motor that was out of a Leyland P76 that ended up being put into a Land Rover. We stripped the Land Rover down and took the motor out, and started stripping the motor down. It's actually for my brother-in-law. He's got a P6 Rover that he wants to put that in. So I've been storing it here for quite some time, until he gets his shed organised so that he can put it in his shed. The ride-on lawnmower. Not much can be said about that. We've got a big property, so we need to mow the lawns with the ride-on lawnmower. Down here you'll see a trolley. I can move it back and forth with my feet here. A funny story to how I got that. My father pulled into a supermarket car park, and this was sitting in the car park spot where he wanted to park, so he decided, well, if it's there I'm going to put it in the back of my car. So he did, and gave it to me. I think it might be useful if I use it for a base, maybe for a display where I have some sort of working device, be a pump or something, running an engine with an engine, and I can use as a fixed stand for both of those together. There's some rubbish sitting near the door. You can see the weather's been blowing leaves and stuff in up against the house. My Series 1 project. It's a Land Rover 1954 Series 1. The first one's the truck cab, which is the cab at the back there. There's some work to be done on that. I'm actually in the throes of pulling the head off. It's got a stuck exhaust valve. I'm pretty sure it's a stuck exhaust valve. That's common in these engines, and it's misfiring in one cylinder and it's not spark. So I'm in the process of pulling all that off. If we come back down here, you can see here's my Sundial 2 horsepower, Sundial B engine. You've seen that running in previous videos. I need to put a trolley under it. That's why I'm thinking that yellow trolley I was just playing around with might be a good thing to do. An esky, and this is a Champion 4 horsepower. I bought that restored. I bought it actually to be a bit of a guide on how I can restore the one that's on the cement mixer. And you can see there it's got a big scratch on it because it fell over when I put it on the trailer last time and put a big scratch on the paint, so I'm going to have to do some touch up of that at some stage. I'll have to match some paint. If we turn around, this is my 5.5 kVA generator. I have a switch into the switchboard that allows me to plug it in the switchboard. We often have power outages here, and one day we had power outage that went for a week. So I've got a generator for that, but the main reason for the generator is so that we can run the pump. We're on tank water here, and we're in a high fire danger area, so we want to be able to pump water if there's a risk of fire, and usually with fire comes the power goes out. So a generator helps us do that. Over there's my little desk that I play around with electrics on. Some more bits and pieces and stuff. Series 1 gearbox, which is supposed to be reconditioned. That's going to go into that Series 1 I just showed you before, that Land Rover Series 1. This is a little rotary hoe which used to be my Nana's. It's not working at the moment. It's got a little Kirby engine on it, and it's another one of those projects I've been thinking about doing. It's got no spark, so at some stage I'll pull it apart and try and fix it. We have a look at some shelves, sort of semi-organised with stuff on it. There's some old HF radios up there, some old drawers which I haven't used for anything yet, some more shelving with car cleaning products and stuff on it. That's a parts washer. It's not actually mine, it's my brother-in-law's, but he's left it here till he gets his shed organised, so I've been using it. There's my compressor sitting down there, and one of my workbenches with a vise on it. Lots of tubs of bits and pieces in them, mostly bolts and so forth, sitting in there. And this is a little pump. It's a bit stiff, but still in reasonable condition. You can see that it's an Ajax pump, pretty popular here. That's what I want to use for a display. I have to get some parts for it, but I haven't done anything with it since I bought it. Some more junk on the floor. Model aeroplane parts, we play with that a bit. These drawers here hold all sorts of things. Now, mostly bits and pieces for tools, whether it be grinding tools or chainsaws or anything like that. I've got some electrical stuff in here. Filing cabinets are surprisingly good for this sort of stuff. I've got some of my electrical tools in here, saw and grinder and jigsaw. The bottom one hasn't got anything in it at the moment. Here's a stand for the previous owner of the house put in for a grinding wheel. I just haven't put one on it yet, haven't bought one. Here's my welder. Believe me, the welder is better than the person who uses it. I'm very much a novice welder. I have a radio that runs in here as well, so when I'm down here I've got some entertainment. And here over on this other bench here you can see some of the components of the Series 1 motor that I'm working on, and some more bits and pieces over here which are really, I had this idea that I was going to build a leak down tester so I could check the exhaust valve on the Series 1 without pulling the head off, but I haven't made it yet. I found a good YouTube video on how to make one, and I've got all the parts, I just haven't made it, so one day I'll get round to that as well. Some more drawers and cupboards with manuals and stuff in them, and this is an old cabinet from Dad's Air Force days. Another shelf with lubricants and some fasteners and bits and pieces and oils on them. You can see over here some wheels. They're usually my road wheels for my Defender, Land Rover Defender that I own. I've got mud tyres on it at the moment. As I kick past the bonnet there, I've got some more boxes down here, and you can't really see them. But up here you can see I've got all these storage boxes. I was given this whole rack of storage boxes. If I move over to here, and pull them out. You notice it's empty. The only full ones are over here. And I haven't labelled them, so I've chucked stuff in there, I haven't labelled them. So up to there is full, and if we go up further, they're empty. So I've got plenty of place to store stuff, I just haven't got round to doing it. So I was inspired to do the workshop walk around by Steamwally I should say. But this is what I mean by unorganised. I've got lots of stuff lying around, nothing stored in anything. There you go, here's the back of the Land Rover. And you can hear it's raining out there again, so it looks like I'll be inside today. So that's my workshop. Hope you enjoyed the sort of walk around. It just occurred to me that there's one more thing I should probably show you, and it's my my tool chest, a toolbox. Lots of tools there. I've got a toolbox with spanners and stuff in it. Lots of stuff. I've just bought a set of Whitworth spanners. These are mostly a mixture of metric and non-metric. More drawers down here. I hold all sorts of bits and pieces. Some of the stuff that I use. Not badly equipped for doing some of the work that I do on the various cars. But I'm not hugely mechanical. I learn as I go. I enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for watching.